Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me pull this up on here. If you guys can hear me, throw it up in the chat. Cool. Awesome. So I had some technical difficulties. There we go. Had some technical difficulties, and so we're on the iPad instead of the laptop. Let's see, what are you guys doing? Hey, Angel, what's up? What are you guys doing right now? Anyone working on their cars? Oh yeah, congratulations. How's all that going? Strawberries and peanut butter. I'm usually like a strawberries and chocolate kind of guy, but I don't think I've ever had it with peanut butter. What do you mean? Those are my decorations. Hey, for sure, Angel. Next year, right? He's driving next year? Well, cool. It's 4 now. Maybe we'll wait like just a couple of minutes, see if anyone else pops in. Maybe I'll throw it up in there that we're live. So we can talk about both the 3-round series and kind of like the bro down series too. I have probably more information on the 3-round series, but we can definitely touch on bro down stuff because we want to be doing that as much as possible, I think. Yeah. So this is the first time I've ever live streamed in my life. It's kind of weird. I've got my laptop up over here, and it's on a delay. So every like whatever I do over here, a couple of seconds later I see it on my right. But on the iPad I can't have the chat and everything open, so I've got it open over here as well. But it's a different experience, I think, right? Sarah, Jacob's fiance likes your decorations.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. All right, cool. Why don't I kind of jump into a couple of things? If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat, and if I miss them, come back to them. Because again, it's kind of a weird setup, and it's my first time live streaming, so we'll deal with it. But yeah, so I'm gonna roll into it a little bit. So first off, thanks guys for showing up. I didn't know if I was gonna have 2 people in here or what, so we've got I think 11 right now, which is pretty cool. But thanks for popping in. I'm super excited for 2023 season. Basically, when we finished last year, I started working on it. Um, so kind of a lot has gone into it, and I'm excited to be able to do 3 rounds. I wanted to do like a series, not just one event, so we get to do 3 rounds, which is pretty sweet. We had season tickets up for sale, and those are sold out as of this morning. So those were 12 tickets at like a discounted price that locks you in for the whole season. So that's awesome. So we have guaranteed 12 people to be at every round now, at least. That's exciting for me. So I guess, let me just say the 3 rounds are going to be June 25th, August 12th, and September 30th. So those 2 of those are Saturdays. 1 is a Sunday. So I was able to get 2 Saturdays from the track, which is awesome. So tickets, like the single event tickets for the 25th are going to go on sale March 31st. So end of this month, it'll be single event tickets going up. So we'll have 20 of those for sale. We're going to cap everything at 32 again, and then this year there will be no reserve drivers. And if you can't make it, that's it. So we ran into that last year, and I think it was one of the changes I wanted to make for this season was that if someone broke down or had an accident or for whatever reason couldn't drive, then whoever they were going to battle gets the win. So making that change this year. Ride-alongs, it is a little bit tricky, but I would like to do ride-alongs during practice for sure. During actual battles, correct, no stand-ins. So once the 32 tickets are sold and we're at the weekend, that's it. Before, what do we have? No stand-ins. Oh yeah, ride-alongs. So for ride-alongs, maybe at the end of practice, that would be okay. But I think for the beginning of practice, no, and then battles, no. Something that I'll get back to you, Craig, on that one in one sec. Something that we've been working with Brad, and that I believe we're going to have the okay to do. I just got to double check with him. So this is not official, but we're working on doing like a test and tune afterwards. So like my rental ends at 6 p.m. and then test and tune from like 6 p.m. until close. So Brad and I are working on that right now. I believe he talked to Randy, one of the owners, and they said that was cool. And I talked to the other owner, and they're gonna all talk and stuff. But then at that point, you could do full ride-alongs and stuff because we'll all still be there. So that would work well. Craig, your question? No stand-ins at all. So if someone for any reason like isn't going to be able to make the event, then you could sell your ticket or gift it to somebody as long as they're an approved driver, and then that person could drive for the weekend. But once we, like the day of, if someone doesn't show or their car breaks, then that we're just not going to have 32 drivers. It was last year, it was something that I okayed, and then as we worked through the event, I wasn't thrilled with how it went down. It's no one's fault except for mine, but I just think that in the spirit of competition, if someone's car breaks, then that's sort of it. And it worked. I think it'll work better that way. I see you. Hold on, Beto. Gotcha. Yeah, on ride-alongs. I think last year we had those 2 incidents with barriers, and then that kind of scared us for pushing ride-alongs. So this year that stuff's going to be moved. So I would love to do ride-alongs, especially during practice, but like I said, hopefully we have the test and tune afterwards, and then that way we can do like full ride-alongs for 4 hours afterwards. But for sure not in competition and not at the beginning of practice. Awesome. Thanks for asking the questions, guys. Anyone else got anything on, any questions on those? On like ride-alongs and that kind of stuff? Cool. So the next thing I want to jump into is the championships. So I'm like super excited about this. So we're gonna have 2 different types of championships this year. There's like your driver's championship, And also, I should say, if you don't drive all three events, like you don't have to be involved in the full championship. If you drive one event, I see you, Craig. I get right back to you. If you drive one event, that's cool. If you drive three events, then you have better odds of being in the championship. Craig, your question: tire restrictions or limits? This year there will be no tire restrictions and no modification limits. So anybody who wants to enter and can pass tech will drive. But for the championships, so think of it, I'm basing it a little bit off of like F1, just because I think F1's fun and I'd like to bring that into this. But as you drive, each event, each place will have X number of points. It'll be in the rule books, which are actually out on the website. But so let's say you finish like first in the first event, like fourth in the next event, and then eighth in the final event. Your season takes a dive. You'll get points for each one of those spots, and at the end of the season, you'll have a total number of points. Whoever has the most number of points wins a championship. I will also, we are doing like a teams championship, and this is, I think, where some explaining needs to go. But you can have up to 3 people driving per event on the same team, and then I'm looking to run like team decals on the left side and the right side of your car. It's the approval like. I'm going to be in a new chassis. I'm going to try this. Angel, I'll get back. Let me hit this and I'll get back to you on approval. Let me make a note. Yeah, so taking the Drivers' Championship points, I want to go and take, let's say you have 3 people on your team driving each event. However many points each driver scores will be tallied into like your team total. And then whichever team has the most points at the end of the season will also win a Drivers' Championship or a team championship. So in theory, you could have like, you could win every event as a driver and be on the most winning team, and you could win both championships. And then with the 2 championships, I'm going to be able to give out a small cash prize. So I think it's going to be $500 for each first place, and then $250 for second, and then $100 for third. The reason I wanted to give a little cash prize, that was some feedback that we got after the last event, but yes, so I'm basing it off of Formula One. But for the teams, I wanted to be able to present this, right? And so with the cash prize, I didn't want to have all the money in one event, or like, hey, if you show up and you win this one event, you get $500, because then, we have really, really, really crazy builds coming out trying to clean up money, and I still want to keep this grassroots. So that's why if you drive the whole season and you get X number of points, then you can get a cash prize. But it was something that we had some drivers say like, hey, this would be really nice. So I didn't think putting like in, $500 for first on both of them is decent, I think, but it's not like you can't win 5,000 or something where people are going to come try clean up. But I wanted to give it back to you guys because, I think if we sell out all the events, then I'll be able to do that, which is cool. Let's see. Craig, I think you had a question in here. Oh, it was Angel. So Angel, what's the approval like? I'm going to be driving a new chassis and want to drive at least one event. Obviously, maybe doing at least tests and tunes. Yeah, so what I'm really looking for is like, are you comfortable tandeming? So just as an example, like if you started driving, I know Brad's doing Saturdays right now. So if you started driving now and you felt like, hey, I'm doing like really good tandems and stuff, and the new chassis is not hindering me, then that's cool. What I'm trying to avoid is like, hey, this is my first time tandeming and I'm learning in this competition. That way we have a little bit more consistency in the battles. Because the worst thing that I can think of is to put these events on and see cars get damaged, which happened last year. And it was, it was a fast track and stuff, so I know that those things can happen, but I want to avoid that possibility. So that was kind of the idea is, I'm not trying to like pick people or like gatekeep or anything like that. I just want everyone to feel comfortable battling each other, knowing that the other person can tandem and has tandemed. Yeah, Angel. I'm sure you're gonna be fine. I'm not worried at all. Let me know when you're ready. We'll take a look at that app. But yeah, so Ericas, what do we got? Days and time. What do the days and times look like in regard to the schedule of each event? And then, okay, cool. A couple of awesome questions here. So, Ericas, I'm going to start with you. What do the days and times look like in regard to schedule of each event? Do you mean just like what time do gates open? What time does practice start? That kind of stuff? Is that what you mean? Cool. So I want to run it the same as we did Invitational. So I think gates we can open at 8, if I remember right. So it'll be like 8 to 10 will be tech, or so to roll in and tech. Drivers meeting 10 to 10:30, and then go hot right after that, and try to start battles like around 1:30 to 2, like ballpark. I haven't nailed it down yet, but it should feel the same as the Invitational. Jacob, does everyone have to be on a team, or is participation in the championship optional? Great question. The team championship is completely optional. If you drive all 3 events, or I guess you're automatically entered into the drivers' championship just by signing up and driving. But the team championship is completely up to you. If you want to join, you can. If it's just you, then no worries. It's a supplemental championship. So I guess in theory, if one team signed up, then no matter what, they would win, as long as they placed some sort of points. And then they would just get the money. So I hope more than one team signs up. Let's see. Team drifting will be done. Awesome, Kyle. So the team drifting, it's built into the event already. So it just looks at where your team drivers finished, points-wise, and then it tallies those points. So it won't actually be like a typical drift team competition. It'll be more like, hey, we all entered this competition. My teammates finished, in the top 32, in the top 16, and then in the top 8. So we got points respective to those places. Instead of like, all right, it's team battle time. That's not how this is going. Let's see, Craig, any changes to the layout? Is it the double pad? So I tried to get double pad, and they would not let me rent it. They said that the last time they rented double pad, they lost money. So unfortunately, right now, I am unable to do double pad, but we're going to have 3 layouts, and each one of them will be different. We'll see where we're going to do the same one as last year. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. If it's going to be, it's not going to be first. It might be last again, but we'll see. I have one that's going to be a little bit of an extension for rodeo. It'll be similar to that, but it's going to kind of run edge to edge, so that should be pretty cool. And then one more that I'm working on. Erica, for the teams, if one driver is accepted, the driver gets accepted. Yeah, Erica, so for the teams, if one driver is accepted and the other driver gets accepted later for the second event, can we sign up as a team? That's fine with me. I might have to make an amendment to the rules. But if you have a team member that's like trying to get in during the season, send them to me and we'll get them on the list. That way when they're accepted, they're already on the team. What I wanted to avoid was like, so I guess, yeah, prior to the season starting, if I can have all the team names and team members, that's perfect. Whether they're accepted or not, we can work on that later. But what I want to avoid is like pulling random people in, or like, oh, like, so-and-so with a crazy car is going to be at this event, hey, drive our team. I want it to be like, hey, this is my group of people, or our group of people, we're going to try to drive the whole season together, is what I'm looking for. Hopefully that helps answer it. Anything else on teams? I think it could be a lot of fun, and it's something that no other drift series is doing. I mean, a little bit in Formula Drift, you've got like RTR, and Papadakis, but that I thought it'd be really fun to bring it into our series. So we'll try it this year, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, you guys let me know, and if it doesn't work, we'll take it off. But I think it could be a lot of fun, right? Because then if you lose out in 32 or 16, but your teammate is still going on, it like really puts a lot in the game for you. Whereas now you're like, oh yeah, let me change your tires in between battles and that kind of stuff. And I thought it would up the excitement a little bit. But on that respect, if you need decals for the team stickers, it should be in the rules, kind of a rough size. And it's up to you guys. Like, you don't need to paint match cars. You don't need to do crazy stuff like that. Just put just put those decals on the side of your car so we can see them, so it identifies you're on that team. It could be decals, could be magnets, like whatever, as long as it doesn't come off, But yeah, Beto, like the team aspect, does hurt. It could be a lot of fun. Hopefully it doesn't hurt, but it could be a lot of fun. I think it could be a lot of fun with friends. Plus it kind of brings people together. Like, if you don't have, if you're newer or you're not from this area or something, you're trying to meet people, like, hey, I'm trying to be on a team, let me join you guys. Then you can meet new people as well. But I think it'll be cool. Again, we'll find out. So, but yeah, any other team questions? Oh, I was gonna say, for the stickers, one of my buddies, Ian, does stickers. So if you need decals, let me know and I can give you his information. He's gonna do $30 for both sides, so $15 a side for team stickers, or decals, I should say. But I worked it out with him. He did the ones for my car last year, so he uses high quality vinyl and stuff. But you got your own guy, do your thing. But as an option, I have that for you guys. Cool. Let me grab something else here. We're still gonna do prizes for podium finishers at each round. Will not be cash, but it'll be like I'm working on a couple of things, but these will be from our partners. So there will be like some small trophies and then like prizes, nothing crazy, but still similar to invitational stuff for each round. So if you do one round and you win, it's not like you get nothing. You're still going to get something. Craig says he can also make stickers if needed for a few people. So hit up your guy Craig as well. But yeah, so if you win again, you get the prizes. But I do want to say our partners for this year, we're waiting on like one or two to confirm or deny still. So there's a little bit, maybe more coming. But the partners for this year are Rudd's Racing, the Shifting Through the Gears podcast, Blank Canvas, who does the merch for us. So he's going to be helping us out. Apethgy Sales and Service. So that's our guy Cameron. He's on board again for this year, which is really exciting. Isekai Utaku, so any of you anime fans out there, that's a new partner for this year. And then Jazz Salon is going to back us again this year as well. So pretty exciting. Blank Canvas is going to do for first, second, and third for each round a gift card check. I mean, I think it's going to come as a big check, but it's going to be essentially a gift card to their business for $350, and then I think it's $250 and $150. Don't quote me on exact numbers, but they're pretty good amounts for each round, so that you guys can start building your own merch as you all progress. So super excited to have them on board with that, and it's a really generous prize for our winners. So there'll be more announcements coming on that stuff. I'll be making posts. It's been super busy, so I haven't been able to make posts yet, but those are our partners for this year, and they're going to be handling a bunch of like the prizes and handouts for each event. So they are local, actually. I used to work with the owners, basically. So you order online, but they know that they're coming from the Chicagoland area. So they worked really hard to get their site up, and so I was really excited to be able to work with them for the series. So yeah, if any of you anime weebs out there, this is the spot. I got two questions in the chat here. Beto with a Brodown question. What day will Brodowns be? Will it be a point series of its own? Is it tandem, comp, or solo? Brodowns are sort of as they come. I'd like to do, yeah, Angel, say less. Yes, they're good people, man. Beto, those are going to be as they come. I don't have scheduled dates for them, and I think probably not a point series this year, just because I've got a lot going on, and I'm going to be tracking all the points for the 3-round series. So, but I want to do at least 1 or 2 every month would be great for the Bro Down series, or I guess Bro Down events really. And then it will be tandem comp. We can always mix it up too if we want to do solo comp. I'm down, but in my mind, that's sort of a tandem comp thing. It's like, hey, I want to be doing competitive stuff, but I either didn't get a ticket for the main event, if that is a thing. I don't know if we're gonna sell all the tickets, but if that's a thing, I didn't get a ticket for the main event, or I want to test myself before going up there, or I just want to have fun at a comp with literally nothing on the line except for bragging rights. That's why we do them. Let's see. Eric asks, who are the judges this year? It'll be same judges. It'll be Jacob Anderson, Ross, and then Alex Zier. So they were nice enough to come back and judge for all 3 rounds for this year, which I was amazed that I could find 3 days that they could all be there amongst their schedules, especially Jacob's, because he's all over the place. Same with Ross. So, and I think Alex too, but he's taken maybe a year to do a little rebuilding. Could be wrong, but very excited to have them back on board, because those are some of our best drivers in the area, and they're going to be our judges, which is awesome. Beto, let us know before Bro Comps, definitely. Definitely, I will let you guys know, and I'll usually put like a poll up in that Facebook group chat. That way I can kind of see who's going to show up and who's not going to show up. Then we can go from there. If anyone watches this or is on here and is not from the group chat, you should hop in there, message me, I can put you in, but a lot of information goes through there. So a good place to be if you're interested in driving. But let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, some really exciting stuff. So something last year that I felt like we needed was video coverage. And so, Jacob, I see you. I'll answer you in a sec. But for video coverage, we didn't really have that much last year. We had amazing media, some amazing shots. But I was like, hey, what would be really cool is like an after movie for each round. So we hired Beezer Media and Coil Ride Media. So those 2 guys are going to be shooting like videos for each round. So Beezer is going to do round 1, and then Coil Ride's going to do rounds 2 and 3. And so at the end, we'll have full after event videos coming out kind of in between each round. So it should be pretty cool. I've met with both those guys, and I'm excited to have them on board. Videos will be released on their channel, but yeah, so kind of keep your eyes out for them. They're going to be shooting video from the pits, the battles, everything. So it should be a lot of cool stuff. Craig says, did the guy with the drone get approval? The track will not give me approval for drone flights. So unfortunately, no drones, at least for these events, at least at this point. Maybe I can convince them, but yeah, they said the only way that they could fly a drone is if the person was internal, so a GLD employee. I'm not sure specifics, but at this point, no drones, which is a bummer because, especially competition battles, drone footage is amazing. But yeah, I've got very little say on that as they own the track and I don't. Let's see, Jacob asks, is there qualifying for the DDCS comps? If not, how is the bracket made? There will be no qualifying. It takes up just a bunch of time that we don't have with a one-day event. So no qualifying, but it'll be like a random bracket that gets generated. And I'll do like a live video, or I'll make it live and then post it of the bracket being generated. That way no one thinks I'm playing favorites or anything. But I'll try to post that prior to the event because I think it'd be really cool. We're gonna do some podcast on shifting through the gears where we kind of like talk about the coming up event and who we think like could win, who's been working on their car, kind of like breaking down all the drivers who have signed up and where we think they're going to be placing. And so having a bracket ready for that would be really cool so we can talk about it. Erica has timeout rules. I'd have to double check in the rule book, but each person gets one timeout per event. So you shouldn't need that in practice because it's practice, but you have one timeout, 5-minute timeout. Your time does not start until you have the car up in the air if you have to. We don't want to have cars fall on people or anything, obviously, so not a huge deal if you jack the car up and then start working. That'll be the clock. Yeah, I think that kind of answers it. There might be more detail in the rule book, but off the top of my head, that's what comes to mind. We're good. Yeah, okay, guys. What else do you guys have? I think I've run through a lot of stuff here. We got any open questions that have not been answered? Chat looking pretty silent. Here we go. Yes. So Jacob asks, is there a loser's bracket? There is not a loser's bracket. So is again kind of time restraints, but it'll be if you lose, you're out. We will do a battle for third and fourth. That will not. I've seen some where it's like, oh, you got seated higher, so you win third, and I don't know. I like the third and fourth place battle. I think that's fun. So we will do that. Let's see. We are just about done. We'll make our own losers bracket. Yes. During test and tune, right after. We are just about done with logo and like merch stuff. So my wife's been working pretty hard on that. And so, yeah, it should be pretty cool. I like the designs. I think they're going to be neat. Slightly different coloring this year, but I think the banners will be really cool. And yeah, it should be good stuff, guys. That's kind of what I've got. I think anybody else jumping in with questions? If not, what I would ask is, if, again, March 31st, those single event tickets come out. So hop on those for round one if you can and you want to. Yeah, if you can, please check out the partners. They're doing a lot to be with us and kind of make the event better. So check them out, definitely. Hit me up for info on them because we can't do it without them, for sure. Yeah. When my driver announcements go out. Yes, so a great question, actually. So for when might driver announcements go out, once we have a good idea of kind of who's coming in, so we have season ticket holders are all sold out, and then kind of when we open up the single event tickets, we'll start making announcements. So if you haven't sent me a cool car of your picture that you want used, send that to me, whether it's on social media or through email, doesn't matter. But get that over to me because we're going to do the same thing we did for the Invitational. So it'll be like your picture with the event name and then the information at the bottom. So we really liked those. We thought they were really cool. So it'll be the same idea, and all those will get sent out to you and then posted on our pages and stuff. And cool car of your... Is that what I said? Cool car of your picture? Cool picture of your car. If you don't have a cool car, you're in trouble, I guess. Maybe send a funny picture of you. But yes, guys. I'm super excited for this season. Like I said, it's been a lot of work, and it still will be a fair amount of work here to get it going. But I'm excited. I already have big ideas for 24. Some really, some cool stuff that I want to be able to do to give back to the drivers. So hopefully this season goes well, and if it does, then I can make those things happen. But this year is going to be sweet. I'm real excited for it. We've got, out of the 12 season tickets, we've got a lot of people. It's a lot of good drivers coming in already. Yes, so I talked to Jackson. Angel, good question. Am I able to get Jackson out for tires? I've spoken to him. He's double checking dates. So he believes we're going to be good, but he just has to double check. So I will be able to update you guys more when I hear back from him. If not, we'll try to find somebody else to have tire machines or tire machine going, because it does help, I know. Prizes. But yeah, what else do you guys have? Yes, that's Jackson. So hopefully, it's in the works for tire machines. Angel said, definitely get those Daisy Dukes out if you're driving or not. We're all waiting for it. But yeah, guys, that's kind of what I've got. I'll leave it open for a couple more minutes just for questions. If anyone has anything else, maybe we'll hang out for another like 5 minutes or so, and then we'll give it a call right here. But yeah, it should be a ton of fun, like I said, and hopefully everyone can make it out and drive, because that's what I want to see. You know, that I'm not really making any money off of this. But it's exciting to see everyone come out and drive. Last year was incredible. Like, and even now, I see a bunch of the banners on cars still, and it's just a really cool feeling, at least on my end, that it's like, oh, we put this big event on, and you know, people didn't hate it. So definitely a nice feeling, and hopefully I can, you know, make it exciting for you guys. Get the seltzer water going. Well, cool. Can I get a banner early? So for season ticket holders, maybe, actually. If you might be able to get your banner early, because what I really want to do, and this is still in the works, so if it doesn't happen, don't come after me, but I want to do a like promo video for the series. I tried to get the track to let me have more track time. They said no, because they have to hire an EMT, but we might do it at one of like the Saturday test and tune events or a normal test and tune, but I kind of want to get like some rolling shots of everybody, or like some cars with banners on them, so we can do like a promo video. So if you're a season ticket holder, then I'm going to be contacting you if that goes down. And if it goes down, yes, you'll get your banner early. Trying to do a lot more like media stuff this year. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, I thought it'd be really cool. Again, I've been watching like F1 get prepped up here. I've been watching FD get prepped up, and I'm like, oh, like they all have like promo videos basically for the season. How cool would it be for us to have that? And we have videographers that are working with us, so you know, send out some texts, send out some messages, and make it happen, right? But I think it'd be really cool. Also, I guess if you guys have like, you know, friends, family, or really anyone that wants to come out and spectate, like that would be awesome if we can get more people to come out and spectate. Last year was amazing. At one point I looked up and I think almost the whole grandstand was full, which was wild. But hopefully we can get more people out this year. Again, the more people we have, the more, you know, the track sees that it's a legitimate thing, and then maybe at some point, if you know we do really well this year, then they'll say, hey, yeah, you had a ton of people there, you can rent, you know, full pad and the parking lot. So you know, as many people as we can get out here as possible would be awesome. Oh yeah, I guess one other thing, we're gonna be I'm gonna have some stuff at the merch table for like fluids. This is in the group chat, but in like fluids, some stuff that you might break or something. I'm going to try to carry some of that stuff. I have a small list. I don't have it in front of me, but a small list of things. So if you run out, you bleed your clutch and you need brake fluid and you don't have any, like we'll have that for sale. Not price gouging, but we'll, you know, you gotta buy it. So, but you know, we'll have that stuff there. Also going to have like a couple of like small drift items. I was able to open up an account through Drift HQ, so I can get like parts and stuff now. So we're gonna have some like smaller items at the table, tow hooks, stuff maybe that people forgot or would need to pass tech. We're gonna have that at the table. So, you know, if you need something, swing by before you drive 20 minutes to the parts store. We might have it for you. What do we got? last questions? Throw them up now. That's 40 minutes. All right, guys. I don't see any of the last questions coming in, so I think that's it for me then. If you have any other questions that pop up, reach out to me, reach out to the group chat, and we'll get them answered. But thanks for coming in to the first ever live stream. Not really crazy production, but hopefully I touched on the topics you guys needed. Try to get those teams going if we can. I think we have one team signed up right now, so hopefully we can get some more in there, or else they're going to win the money. Yep, you're welcome, guys. I'm happy to answer the questions, and that's awesome, Kyle. I'm excited that you're excited. This is why I'm doing it. So, thanks again, guys, and again, message me if you have questions. But other than that, I'll see you guys soon, and have a good rest of the weekend. Take it easy. I gotta figure out how to end the stream.